ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Football Manager. We start today with the month of November. We will probably get the whole of the month of November in today, just the 4 games. Burnley, Queen's Park Rangers, Leicester City and Bristol City. We may even get the first game of December played today as well with Portsmouth, depending on how things go. We're planning on recording a couple of episodes in this particular recording session, so we may get as far as the January transfer window over the next couple of episodes, but we'll just play it by ear and see how things go. We'll start with Burnley away. We started the last episode with a couple of good victories, and then it fell away from us a little bit. But quite clearly, our home form is significantly better than our away form. And I wonder if that's actually reflected in the Championship table. You can see, if I go stages, overall, we are 15th. Our home record would have us up in about 10th. And our away record would have us down near the bottom. So yeah, we're definitely better at home than we are away. And in the upcoming fixtures, it's just bouncing home away, home away, home away, which it tends to do the majority of the time. So fingers crossed we can get some good results, but we're not anticipating massively good results. We are missing top goal scorer Jay Stansfield now for 3 games through suspension because he got himself sent off in the last game against Derby, which was lovely. So I'd like to have him back as soon as possible, but we're not going to have him for a little while. So we're going to need other players to step up and fill that void, which hopefully they will be able to do. Goalkeeper Rizzo is out injured for another 2 weeks or so he's not going to be back for a little while. But we're 5 points from the playoffs. We're 5 points from the relegation zone. We want to at least stay in this division next year. So let's get ourselves a little bit further to doing that, shall we? Drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save, though. Thank you for your support on its return to the channel. We will, of course, have lots of FM25 content for you when it comes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on this or the F1 stuff that obviously continues to come to you too. And come and join me on stream and see all of it behind the scenes. Links in the description to the YouTube live streaming channel and to the Twitch channel where we do all of our live streaming. So I'm going to jump from now probably till the Burnley game, and I shall see you at Turf Moor. Right, only one change for this game against Burnley, in that Mwanta is in for the suspended Jay Stansfield. It's been asking me, my assistant's been asking me to start Finn Stevens ahead of Mandy at right back, but I'm quite keen to focus on players that play for me, not those that are in on loan from other clubs. So we will prioritise our own players. Mandy and Beck, both in their early 20s, so with scope to grow. We want to try and get them to grow if we can. Sean Dyche has recently been reappointed at Burnley in this save now, and well, there'll be a handful of players there that will be familiar with from his time there actually. So I'd like to see a better performance than we got against Derby. That seems to have gone down the right way, but away from home at Turf Moor against a side that strong, I don't know how well this one could go. We might have a couple of fixes where we don't look like we're going to get what we would like to from the game in today's episode and in the next couple. I still feel like we're underdogs, really, in the how we had the season we had last year. I've absolutely no idea. I still feel like we're underdogs in the division, and continually just survival at Championship level should be considered a victory for us in these first few seasons at this particular level. Oh, we're going to get a pen? No, Mwanta just missed the chance. He should have buried that. Won't get a better one, or a more clear-cut one all afternoon, I don't think. Still 0-0 in these opening stages. Kuipers to Amdouni. Amdouni to Koleosho. Nice challenge, but Amdouni will bury nonetheless. Zeki Amdouni with his 4th goal of the season. Really convincingly tucked away into the bottom corner. And at Turf Moor, the home side have the lead. Oh, it's going to be a mistake, isn't it? Yeah, Kuipers buries. Yep. Hugo Kuipers also scores his 4th goal of the season. And that's a mistake from our back line. And you will get punished every time for mistakes like that. Got a corner in stoppage time to maybe get a consolation goal, but no. Arian B's header goes over the bar. Time will disappear from us. It might even be time for a 3rd Burnley goal to give us a second 3-0 defeat in a row. Although we have won it back. Fiorini trying to make the impact off the bench. Johnson's had a poor game so far, but we'll get an assist to give us the consolation goal. If only we could have done that slightly earlier than the 94th minute, maybe we might have gotten something from this game. A decent comeback of sorts, but too little, too late, unfortunately. I'll try and keep morale up, and appeared positively chuffed is the most English sounding response you could possibly have gotten there. Unfortunately drops us from 15th to 16th and slightly closer to the relegation zone. I think the playoffs are going to be just quite simply out of touch for us this season, but we're not really prioritising that in a minute, are we? None of their business. We're going to plough on and try and get a result in the next game instead. Game 2 of the day is recommending a number of changes. We have left Diop out because he's slightly injured, which is annoying, but it is what it is. We're actually starting Fiorini at cam ahead of Shola Shortire because Shola's form has been non-existent this season. I'm genuinely considering cashing in on him in the summer. He does look very good. He is very good. He was very good last year, but this year it's just completely died, and I don't really know why. So we're not getting the better out of him at the minute. I need a new holding midfielder option because Lundstrom is suspended, and Lundstrom's my only holding midfield option at this present moment in time. Fiorini can play there. To be fair, he probably gets a 2.5 star there as he does everywhere else. So does he get 2.5? He gets 2 star. I'd rather have him slightly further forward. We'll play Briançon there for now. In fact, you know what? Bollocks to it. Let's just do that and put Shola back in because I'd rather not play Briançon at this present moment in time. So Fiorini will start there. QPR at home is a winnable game for sure, but at the same time, as is with pretty much every game in this division right now, it's also very much a losable one. So it's time to put an end to our poor run of form. Back-to-back defeats is not great. No win in 4 is not great. QPR currently in 11th. We are currently in 16th. But our home form has been much better than our away. So we'll hope. So we make a mistake. Keeper comes through. It gets lost in no man's land. We go 1-0 down. We'll hope to get a better result, was what I was going to say. We might not, though. Mandy with a free kick. If we get an equaliser before half-time. We don't necessarily deserve it, but we have got a penalty. Lewis Fiorini fouled. Taking the penalty from the spot will be Owen Beck, the left back. And it's saved by the goalkeeper. Probably justifiable, considering it didn't look like it was that much of a penalty, and quite frankly, we haven't really deserved anything from the game so far. So we will be 1-0 down at half-time, I imagine. Yes, indeed, we will. Oh my God, it's a penalty to them. This is, I think, still in the same highlight from when we missed our penalty. They've gone up the other end. Now got a penalty of their own. Which Barlow buries. Sick. That's Patreon player Jordan Barlow scoring from the spot against us, showing Owen Beck exactly how you take a penalty. Well, it's defeat again. It could have been oh so different if Owen Beck had buried the penalty, but even our home form can't save us on this occasion. We dropped slightly closer to the relegation zone. We've got 4th place Leicester away next, so I don't think we'll be making it anything other than 6 games without a win after this next fixture as well. Just need Jay Stansfield back from suspension, really. That would help. Finn Stevens is going back in. Matteo Rizzo is going back in, but Stevens is going in place of Owen Beck, not of Mandy. Mandy's been pretty solid at right back. I have just had a word with Shola Shortire to tell him that his form needs to improve. Overall, the morale of the squad is indifferent at the moment, but there is quality in this side that can show itself, and we have to hope that it does sooner rather than later. However, this might not be the one where we actually pull it out the bag. Leicester away is just a game that I mean, we're going to lose, aren't we? Let's be honest. We're not going to beat around the bush. We were thrilled and very much shocked to get the win against Southampton, but this is only going to go one way, especially with the form we've been in recently. Given away by Cambridge United. Milovanovic, Januzun. 1-0 Leicester. I could have sworn I put Rizzo back in goal. Oh well. I must not have put Rizzo back in goal. 1-0 Leicester. What? I'm certain I put Rizzo back in goal. Oh well. Hopefully that doesn't come to bite us by the end of it. Oh my God! End of the game. Ilan Cabal has been one of our best players all season, and that shows you exactly why. That is a potential goal of the month candidate for the league, and certainly potentially a goal of the season candidate for the club. Cabal tries the ball in the middle, gets blocked, and then from there he's got no right to score, but Rui Silva can't keep it out. An immediate response for Cambridge. Lovely. And encourage. Navadidi, Januzun. 2-1 Leicester. His 12th goal of the season, and the side that are challenging for automatic promotion will get another 3 points for their cause if it stays as is. They're playing a 4-2-4, and in the second half they've really kicked on. I mean, we've actually had a decent game, but the result looks like it's still unfortunately going to go against us. And we will still be 4 points above the relegation zone, but it is getting significantly closer, and form is definitely not in a good place right now. We are losing. I mean, obviously the fixtures have been quite difficult, but we've lost 5 of our last 6. With 8th place Bristol City next, we really need to get wins in the first 3 games of December. Otherwise, it could be a very, very risky position to be in with our job. All right, Jay Stansfield restored to the starting lineup after his suspension, which hopefully will sort him out and ensure that he just does putting the ball in the back of the net and nothing much else besides. At the moment, we've got 5 loanees in the starting lineup. I don't really want to change too much more around. Lundstrom's back. Diop's fit again. Finn Stevens, they came to me, Brentford manager came to me, Thomas Frank, and was like, "You're not playing him at right back." I was like, "Well, he's playing every week at left back." And he was like, "Not good enough." So I'm going to switch Stevens to right back and play Mandy at left back and see if it makes any difference. At the very least, it should hopefully help us keep Finn Stevens till the end of the season. Even if we just kind of appease Thomas Frank in the short term, and then once we get past the January transfer window and he can recall him, switch him to the other side again. We have to win our home games. That's all I can say here. Bristol City, obviously 8th in the league and having a much better season than ourselves. 9 points better off than us, but hopefully we can, with our top goal scorer back in the side, stand a chance of getting something. Because I really need to turn around this run of form, don't I, really? Bristol City on the attack. Pring and Bell. Bell to the middle. Keeper's going to come. Penalty. Okay. When it's not going your way, it's not going your way. Our luck is not with us at the moment. Rizzo back in the starting lineup, but not getting a clean sheet this time. Ross Stewart from the spot. Everybody's very frustrated at half-time. I say we're not creative enough, we're not positive enough. I will then switch to positive in the play style and see if we can take the game to them in the second half. No one's really playing badly. Stewart, their striker's the only man that's on or above a 7. And that's only because he scored the penalty. It's been one of those nitty-gritty games where there's not much quality. That's evidently, at the moment, being decided by a set piece and a set piece alone. It was a poor ball by Cabal looking for Shola Shortai, who continues to struggle for form, but he's not necessarily playing in a successful side at the minute. When we were in League One and he bossed it, it's because we were on the front foot and we were having a very good season. Our first season in the Championship, he bossed it because we were on the front foot, so he had a very good season. This year, where we're struggling for form and aren't really able to play too much free-flowing attacking football. I mean, the positional sense of the goalkeeper there is absurd. He's just left so much space at the near post. So I don't know whether Shola is really set up as a player to perform in a team that is in the vein of form that we are right now. Look at Rizzo. I mean, there's no wonder he scored there. He couldn't have missed. 2-0 down to Bristol City in this second half. And something has to change, but what that something might well be, I might have to ask you guys for a little bit of help. What suggestions have you got? Is that a penalty? No, it's a good challenge. Here's Shola. Spins brilliantly. Scores his first goal of the season. What do I know, eh? Shola short tyre actually turns up. Isn't that just typical? Still losing, though. Sykes. 2 for him this season. 3 for Bristol City for the day. Like 90 seconds after we pulled a goal back. They get a free kick. Mehmeti, it's just something from the training ground here. Pring to Mehmeti again. It's just so many Bristol City men there. So many defenders as well, but nobody really knew who to go with. Superb. Right then. 61. Back in the game. 64. No, you're out of it. Bugger. Oh, God. It's 4. It's 4. It's 4. Oh, no. We are absolute. How can you just throw it straight to them? We're absolutely in the midst of a relegation battle now. There's just no other way to describe this season. But since we went to positive, we've done nothing but concede chances and goals. So clearly at the moment, at least against this opponent, we don't have the quality to boss the game as we hoped that we could do. Nice to see that Mamdi's having a solid game at left back though. Gives me faith that maybe Stevens at right back and Mamdi at left back could work for us. But at the moment, what isn't working for us is anything all told. I'm not going to take the goalkeeper off. That really is a kick in the teeth. We've had, on paper, other than the XG obviously, not a bad game. The scoreline would disagree. That is Bristol City 4, Cambridge United 1. Jonathan Lundstrom looked disheartened, and I can understand why. We have Portsmouth next. I know I'm not necessarily unwilling to experiment. 5 matches lost in a row now. The 4 today, on top of the 1 against Derby yesterday. The board is still relatively happy, but avoiding relegation at the moment, they're pleased with on the current season, but that's only because we're not in the relegation zone yet, but we are very much on our way towards it. I'm pleased to announce that as a result of an improvement in the club's financial position, the board have raised the current transfer budget by 2.2 million to 17.75. I didn't need you to do that, but thanks. We might need to spend quite a bit of that to stand a chance of staying in the division at the moment. Number of players that are lacking fitness, but everybody's lacking form to a man. So a win here would be lovely, please. I'm going to point my finger and tell them what I just really want. An end to our poor form, to be completely honest. Portsmouth, a side that are around us in the division, so that we could very much do with getting a result against a side who we are behind to inside a minute. This is the worst run of our entire save so far, form-wise. Shola to Stansfield. Stansfield's got Cabal there if he needs him. Taking it on solo. Shola to Stansfield again. It's a nice one too. And Jay Stansfield scores. Cambridge are level. Shola short tyre back in a deeper position and immediately gets himself an assist. A goal in the last game, an assist in this one. Is Shola starting to turn it back round? Can he grab this squad by the scruff of the neck and drag us away from the relegation zone? It is really good on PC, and definitely better on PC, but that's not to say that the console version... Oh my god. How has that ended up in the back of the net? Own goal for Cambridge against Portsmouth away. I mean, surely the defender on the line could have gotten to that. Ball down the line, around the corner to Roberts. Stevens surely could have gotten to that. He just didn't try hard enough. And we're behind again. Scott Twine with a free kick. We're level again. Island Cabal with his 7th goal of the season. Okay, come on then. Shola. Diop. Diop! off the woodwork. Christ. Shola. Short tyre. Driving. Finding Diop. Diop in the box. Diop off the post. It's the second time Diop has hit the woodwork from range in the last 10 minutes in game. Mamdi with a throw. Can we steal it late? Mikey Johnson in the box. Johnson just come off the bench. We may well have stolen it late. Island Cabal. Cambridge 3. Portsmouth 2. Is the rot being stopped? And time has ticked away. That is arguably the biggest result of the season so far. A massive victory and a comeback victory as well. From 1-0 down, from 2-1 down. We get the win. Millwall at home next, but that will come in the next episode. We're going to call it there for today. Cabal certainly inspired the result. Absolutely brilliant. And Shola Shortire was back on song in a deeper position as well. Oh, we needed that. Back from the dead indeed. Delighted. Let's just keep it going. How much did I enjoy his performance? Very much so. Jay Stansfield was superb. Come on, gents. Let's keep that going. Lundstrom out, unfortunately, for the next few days, couple of weeks. But Fiorini can come in and do the job. Oh, man. Yes! Christ, we needed that. We really, really needed that. Not Brighton. There we go. Thank you. Right, I'm going to save that there. I'm going to call the episode there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one where we should get ourselves all the way to the January transfer window and maybe into it as well. I'll see you then.